Well, guys, I couldn't leave you hanging with the LS430 update and not an es350 update. Oh my, what's going on down here? Oh, looks like she has gotten a little curb rash. Ooh, I need to talk to her about a few new tires. I told her I'd go easy on her. My aunt, love her to death. One of my favorite people. She gets all shook up because I talk about her beater Lexus. But we all know we love it, and I love it. And even though it's a little rough around the edges, it is a hell of a driving car. And you can drive this thing. There will be, at the end of the world, there'll be cockroaches and these left. And maybe MB Techs and old Mercedes. But yeah, these things go forever and ever and ever. But yeah, I need to talk to her about getting a couple of new tires on the front. I've been on a nice family reunion kind of road trip today. The seats are starting to really show their age. I noticed the passenger has finally started to tear. That's fairly new. Yeah, getting worse. That's the only bad thing about these ESs. You know, if you're really using one of these ESs as a daily driver and a daily grinder and, you know, just really using it, these seats do not hold up worth a twit. Oh no. No key. She said the key was in it. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, I got keys. Let's see what we got. 187, 180. Oil change soon. Low washer fluid. Looks like the oil change is due 187, 404. Yeah. So 187, 180. So we're in good shape. Let's get some climate control. That's my aunt. Wave to my aunt. Hi, aunt. Alright, let's go for a little ride. We got plenty of gas, so that's good there. See, and her tire light blinks all the time, and I've pressed the button and it won't go away. She has been thinking about buying a newer, like really spending some money and buying a nice car, much newer. I was thinking about it, and the last new car that my aunt bought was her 1983 Honda Accord. And it was my first car when I turned 16 in 1988. She sold it to me for like $3,000 or something. It was perfect. I mean, it was right at 5 years old, but it was perfect. It had right about 80 or 90,000 miles on it. She's always been a driver, but you know, dealer maintained, always well taken care of. And it was a burgundy one with burgundy interior. It had the cloth, the automatic with had air conditioning, stereo cassette, and it had cruise control. But, you know, everything else was manual, roll them up, you know, basic. But that was the last new car she has ever bought. Because when I bought that car from her in 1988, she bought a pre-owned certified. I don't know if they really did this in the 80s, but they might have, because it was an Acura. She got an 87 Acura Legend, and it was nice. It had very, very low miles on it. It had a set of BBS silver. It was gray. It was charcoal and silver two-tone with silver BBS wheels. I remember it was the sharpest looking Legend in town, period, hands down. She drove that thing into the ground like she does most of her cars. I mean, she drives them and drives them until, you know, they're spewing stuff, you know. So I think she got to about 200K on it, and somewhere, I'm gonna guess around 1995 or so, she bought another like certified pre-owned Acura. It was a 93 Legend, the big Legend, right before the RL came out. And man, you want to talk about a car she did drive. I mean, drove it into the dirt. I think she may have ended up donating that car. I don't know. About this time, we're circa 2005, 2006. And my brother and his wife are trying to buy a second home on the lake in the mountains of North Carolina. And they needed to get rid of a fat car payment. So they sold their 2003 or 2004, I can't remember, fully loaded Tahoe. It was one of the most loaded Tahoes I have ever come across. I mean, there was not an option it did not have. I mean, sunroof, heated this, Sirius radio, you know, it had everything for an 03, 04. I mean, that was, you know, that was pretty nice stuff. So my aunt bought it from him, but when she bought it from him, it already had about 70,000 miles on it because my brother used it for business. And he did a lot of road tripping. So even though the truck was just a couple of years old, it already had about 70,000 miles on her. And anyway, so she drove it up until she bought this car from us a couple of years ago. And when I sold her Tahoe, it had 288,000, just shy of 290 on it. Still ran great, but it drove like complete shit because the steering rack was toast. I mean, it was unsafe to drive. And I could not believe she had been driving it that way. I mean, it was, you'd be holding the steering wheel straight and the car would drift out of its lane and then it would jerk back like that, you know. It was dangerous. So I said, hey, let me get rid of this thing. I'll sell you this Lexus es350 I got. I'll cut you a deal on it since it's a little, you know, dented and banged up. So I threw her Tahoe out there for $2,500. And man, if I didn't have it sold by the end of the day, it still had excellent interior, exterior. You know, she had taken really good care of it. But that steering rack was scary. But not only that, but the transmission was starting to hit pretty hard the first, second shifts. But anyway, so then she ended up with this car. So since 1983, just a handful of cars. She's my fave. But anyway, back. What the hell am I talking about? Let's talk about this. This thing's running and driving brilliantly. 187,000 miles, man. If she buys something a little newer, she's thinking about me trying to find her like a $30,000 like Tahoe or RX 350 or something. If I do that, I'm gonna buy this car from her because this car is so damn good. And I'm gonna pull right out in front of this guy and I'm gonna hammer it. I mean, whoa, torque steer. I mean, this car is so good. A little bit of torque steer, not bad. Yeah, this car is just so damn good. I mean, it's so smooth, so quiet. You know, if you took, you know, a little bit of money, fixed up these seats, wanted to mess around with the few bump spots on the exterior, yeah, that'd be great. But it's not a, you know, have to kind of thing. This would make just a great daily driver that would be ready to just chew up miles of interstate. This car has not given her any problems, nothing. It hasn't given, I mean, when we bought it, I think we put a new amplifier in for the radio in the trunk. I bought one off eBay for like $100. And I think she's, let's see, just tires, brakes. Those two tires on the front, we were just talking about it. Those were on there when I bought the car from the auction with 138,000 miles. So those tires have been on there for over 50-something thousand miles. But they've been riding in the back. Some bitchin' car is just a dream to drive. I mean, just a dream. We're gonna get on it again one more time here. Why is that low washer fluid keep dinging? I realize we're low, but leave me the fuck alone here. Come on now. Jeez. Get annoying as hell. Display. Average 23 miles per gallon. I probably drugged that down with that. And this strong pull. Okay, we're gonna kind of get us okay, to the floor. I mean, this car's good. It's so good. It is so good. And so smooth. To have almost 200,000 damn miles on it. Man. Hard to beat. People down here fishing on the river. It's a great old river to fish in. It's a deep river. Damn, if I'm not going to stop and buy some washer fluid, Jesus. It's ridiculous. All the chimes and klaxons. I can't stand all that. I mean, if you want to stay on the screen, that's fine, but don't sit there and bing at me. Alright guys, my es350 guys out there, my Lexus guys, y'all enjoy. I know I got a few of you guys out there. Appreciate you watching, like, comment, subscribe. I reply to all comments. Y'all have a good day, and we will catch y'all with the next one.